It's time for the Waiver Wire presented by YouTube TV. The list of guys that Matt Okada thinks you should be targeting off the Waiver Wire heading into Week 10. Quarterbacks, Kyler Murray, who very well could come back and play this week against Atlanta. Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr, Will Levis, he of the eating entire bananas, peel and all. But he is playing some good football right now nonetheless. Running backs, Jalen Warren, Chuba Hubbard, Tyler Algier, who is not going away. Royce Freeman, a guy who could stash with the Rams on a bye this week. Keaton Mitchell, who's going to be very, very popular. Kenneth Gainwell, also another stash option with the Eagles on a bye. Looking over to the pass catchers for the week, you got Tank Dell, of course. Quentin Johnston, of course. Demario Douglas, Rashod Shaheed, who is doing a lot of good things in New Orleans. Khalil Shakir getting more opportunities in Buffalo. And at tight end, Trey McBride. Go get Trey McBride if he's still out there. Taysom Hill. I know Matt Okada is a big Taysom Hill supporter, but he's also doing a lot of good things on the football field. Kate Otten, Jonnu Smith, because Arthur Smith hates us, and Jake Ferguson. Now we can welcome in our friend Matt Okada, who puts together this list. You can check it out every single week at NFL.com/waiverwire. So, Matt, 4 teams on a bye this week. The Chiefs, the Rams, the Dolphins, and the Eagles. That means a lot of top-level quarterbacks are going to be missing this week. So I guess it makes sense that Baker Mayfield is near the top of your target list.
Yeah, and that's not even counting all the top-end or mid-level quarterbacks we've lost to injury recently. It is a wasteland out there. But Baker's playing really solid football, and he did it again on Sunday. Was a solid stream for fantasy. 19 points against the Texans, 265 yards and 2 scores. He has now thrown for 230-plus and multiple TDs in 3 of his last 5 games, and his only dud over that span was against the Lions defense, who we know are very good. And even including that down game, he's averaging more than 17 fantasy points per game since week 4. He doesn't have much of a ceiling. We haven't seen him score more than 22 this year. But in this landscape at quarterback, we are beggars and we can't be choosers. So he's putting up consistent low-end QB1 numbers. I think he's a great guy to have as like half of a streamer committee, and he's definitely worth streaming next week against a beatable Titans secondary.
I agree with you on that one, Okada. And Tyler Algier, he has been known to fantasy managers this year, mostly for not being Bijan Robinson, but you think that needs to change now, right?
Well, let's be clear. I don't think it needs to change. I think Arthur needs to change. But Arthur's not changing, so yes, it needs to change. Like it or not, Arthur Smith is dead set on using Algier early, often, in crucial situations, a.k.a. at the goal line, all to the detriment of Bijan Robinson and his fantasy managers. Now, it's worth noting, they did lose last week, and they lost perhaps largely because Arthur Smith refused to give Bijan touches at the goal line on like a full series of goal-to-go plays. But for now, this is what we know. Algier out-touched Bijan last week. He outscored him in fantasy. We have to roll him out there. The Falcons are committed to this committee. And while both players would be better if they weren't splitting time with the other, we have to roll at least one of them, maybe both of them out, depending on the matchup. This next week, they play the Cardinals. That's about as good of a matchup as you can get. They have allowed 129 yards and 12 touchdowns on the ground to anybody. And that includes the Tyler Algiers and the Bijan Robinsons. So roll them both out there. And by the way, probably fantasy's top handcuff right now, because knock on wood, if anything happens to Bijan, he would be the number one and be running away with fantasy points.
I'm telling you all right now, I mentioned this in our Slack channel, that I'm putting Tyler Algier in the sleepers column this week because at some point you just got to lean into it. And to your point, though, Matt, Arthur Smith has shaved his mustache. So he is capable of change in some form. Hopefully this means change for the offense as well, though. Speaking of changes in the backfield, Keaton Mitchell just exploded in a big way against the Seahawks on Sunday. That seems good, but it also seems worrisome that there might be a 3-headed committee coming for the Ravens.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a worry, and exploded is the right term here. Here's what I'll say. I think Keaton Mitchell is a little bit more of a high-end stash for right now than a priority pickup. But I do think it's important that our listeners know his name, so he's in here. Undrafted free agent rookie out of East Carolina. They were running over the Seahawks, and he was a big part of it and got the first carries of his career. He had none coming into this game, had 9 in this game for 138 yards, including a 60-yard run and a 40-yard touchdown run. So Gus Edwards, despite what we saw a couple weeks ago with that long touchdown catch, is not the explosive back. Keaton Mitchell clearly can be that guy. I still think you have to wait to see if he can overtake Justice Hill and be kind of that change of pace guy alongside Gus before you roll him into lineups. But he's absolutely worth tucking away if you've got a roster spot on your bench.
We've spent a lot of time today talking up C.J. Stroud and the Texans' passing attack, but not to be overlooked, Tank Dell, wide receiver 1. I know we should be picking him up this week, Okada. Should we just be plugging him into our lineup as well?
Yeah, very probably you should be. We talked about him last week, and he is rostered in just over half of leagues. But you need to go check your waiver wire, because if he is there, he is probably the top ad of the week, unless you need a tight end, because there's some good ones. But Tank Dell is going to be a starter, in my opinion, rest of season. Almost 30 fantasy points on Sunday with a pair of touchdowns. In 5 games that he's played 50+% of the snaps, he's averaged 17.1 fantasy points and scored 4 touchdowns. That is elite production. And yes, it's been a bit boom bust, but the booms are well worth the investment, and I think the busts will continue to diminish as he continues to progress. Remember, this is his rookie season, and he's missed some time. So absolutely add Tank Dell. Absolutely, I'd be willing to flex him. And remember, again, I will keep mentioning this, they play the Titans in weeks 15 and 17. That is league-winning type of performance possibility for Tank Dell if he's in your lineup.
Meanwhile, over in New Orleans, for whatever reason, Derek Carr and Chris Olave are struggling to connect on deep passes, but Derek Carr and Rashod Shaheed seem to have a thing, so it's time for us to get on board there, right?
Yeah, it's wild. It's like if Derek Carr throws it up to Olave, it's going to bounce off his helmet. If he throws it up to Shaheed, it's going to be a touchdown. I don't know what's going on over there. But listen, I've been trying to avoid Shaheed in the column and in this segment for a lot of the year because he's so volatile and so boom bust. But with his recent involvement, the lack of better names at the position right now, I think Shaheed is worth a pickup and can be played in the right matchups. It's going to be tough. You're going to have some dud weeks, but the boom weeks are starting to outweigh those. 2 of his best games of the season in the last 3 weeks, even when you count the dud games, if you will, over the course of the year, he's averaging 12.7 points per game. In Week 10, he gets a matchup with the Viking secondary. I think that can be beatable. He is, once again, as big a risk-reward start as you can get, but he's worth rolling out there if you need a guy like in bye weeks. As injuries continue to mount up, pick up Shaheed.
And you've already teased it a bit. A big week for the tight ends this week, especially for one that is most famously known for not being Kyle Pitts.
Yes, once again, we return to this. By the way, just a quick note before we get to Jonnu. If Taysom Hill or Trey McBride is on your waiver wire, go add them. They are must-start tight ends rest of the season. I don't care who you have. Okay, I do care. If you have Kelsey or Andrews, maybe a couple other guys, then it's a question. But otherwise, pick up those guys. As for Jonnu Smith, yeah, he had been trending downwards a couple weeks in a row, and it was like Arthur Smith said, I don't like this. We must get him more involved. And he broke back out on Sunday, 5 catches on 6 targets for 100 yards and a touchdown that was a 60-yard catch and run. Very impressive. He is now one of just 5 tight ends with a 100-yard game on the year. And like you mentioned, and like with Tyler Algier earlier, Arthur Smith is insistent on scheming Jonnu into opportunities, and that's what we want in fantasy. Opportunities, touchdown opportunities, which he has. He's 7th at the position in receiving yards this year, and he has this 20-point upside. So he's more of a solid streamer than a must start. So I'm not dropping a guy like George Kittle or Evan Ingram for him. But if you're playing that back end of the top 12, Jonnu should be in the conversation every week.
And then one other tight end, Jake Ferguson. Is he above or below Jonnu in your estimation?
Definitely above. This is not a he came later so he's less valuable. This is a we saved the best for last thing. Ferguson was an absolute monster on Sunday, 7 of 10 for 91 yards and a touchdown. He scored 14 fantasy points in back-to-back games coming out of the Cowboys bye and in 3 of his last 5 total. But this is the real crucial point with Ferguson. Leads all tight ends and ranks 4th in the league at any position in red zone targets with 14. The only guys ahead of him are Devontae Adams. I wish he could actually convert those into touchdowns. Jamar Chase and Michael Pittman Jr. And that includes Ferguson going through his bye. So that is absolute gold mine territory for fantasy tight ends. you should be. He's just below the Taysom and Trey area for me, but he should be starting in every league, and he's probably better than the guy you have on your roster.
Probably is. Meanwhile, we don't have too many guys better on our roster than Matt Okada. Go check him out on Twitter at Matt Okada and check out the waiver wire column at NFL.com/waiverwire. Thank you, Matt. We'll talk next week.
Yep.
All right. Meantime, for us, that is it. We are done. We appreciate you hanging out with the NFL Fantasy Football Show presented by Subway. You know the drill. Tell two friends to tell two friends. Rate, review, and remember, you're only as good as your last haircut. Be safe, take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you again real soon.